Hello, beautiful. Welcome to the Prosperous Womb. Today, we're going to talk high-ticket sales and high-ticket marketing, specifically outbound high-ticket sales, inbound high-ticket sales, the parts of high-ticket sales and marketing that support you to successfully sell your high-ticket coaching offers in any coaching niche and allow you to get all your money and profits in love and impact off the table, and the 2 keys for success when you're selling any coaching offer or building your high-ticket coaching business. So today is 20 years since I officially started my fashion business, designing, making things, running my fashion boutique downtown DC, and now just exclusively online. But also 20 years since I learned from some of the best sales and marketing mentors in the fashion industry. You know, one of the things that I know has supported me to even say out loud the investment to work with me is $150,000 at the time was my fashion business, was learning how to think about money, learning how to connect with clients, customers, whatever you call them, learning how to really put myself out there in outbound sales, and learning the skill of talking about what it is I'm selling and talking people through the sales process, because that is important. It's one thing to know how to bring people in to your, stratosphere, your little garden. It's another thing to convert those people to clients. And so I've learned certain things that I know work not just in fashion, but also in coaching, because both businesses are based on sales, relationship, and connection, period. Okay? So if you stick with me today, we're going to go through all of this, and you're going to get some value here that's going to support you to not just raise the price, increase the value of your offer, increase the investment to work with you, but also calmly, joyfully, gleefully say, the investment to work with me is $100,000. So if this is your first time here, welcome. My name is mimidabo. I'm a high-ticket business coach, and I support spiritual women coaches and Christian women coaches to co-create profitable and simple high-ticket coaching boutiques where they don't leave any money on the table. And they get to create exponential, transformational high-ticket coaching offers for their clients and transform lives in any coaching niche. In their own businesses, they get to simplify with one high-ticket coaching offer. They get to create the life, the business, the generational impact, the wealth, the legacy, the money, the riches, whatever it is they want in this lifetime, because they choose to. Now, let's talk high-ticket sales. The first thing I want to talk about, though, is craft markets. And you're going to think, craft markets? It's the holiday season. So craft markets are where I learned how to say the investment to work with me is $150,000. And I'll tell you why. I've done 20 years of craft markets. I've been to all the holiday shows, done them, not because I want to, but because I love that connection with other artists. There's nothing like going into an exhibit, a craft market, whether it's a holiday one, a summer one, spring, whatever, and seeing all this handmade stuff by all these local artists, and just seeing the uniqueness and the beauty of God through the hands and faces of all these beautiful human beings. And my biggest joy is transforming the gifts that God has given to you, whether it's in your coaching business or in your fashion business, to something, a product, an offer that can bring joy, bring life, and transform the life of our clients. So when I say craft shows, it's because I know what it takes to make something by hand. I'm a handmade designer. I don't do anything except using my machine or my paintbrush. Everything's by hand. And I respect that a lot, because for me, the Bible tells us that our gifts bring us before great men, before kings, whatever. To me, that means my gifts are what are going to make me rich. What I mean by that, they're going to make me healthy, joyful, passionate, prosperous, abundant, happy, fulfilled, amazing, all the good things in life. That's what I mean by rich. Because you can have all the money in the world and not be rich. So for richness, it's your gifts that God has put inside of your womb. Once you birth those out into your high ticket coaching offers, or for me, my skirts or my jewelry or my paintings, that is what is your wealth. That is your riches. That is what lights up the world. That's how you show your light in the world. It's whatever is inside of you, because soul doesn't need a script. Okay, I'll get off my high horse for a minute. So outbound sales, craft shows. One of the things about getting out there when you're starting out as a local handmade artist or designer is finding places, finding clients, finding rooms that you can step into so that people see you, know what you do, know what you sell, and how you can make their lives more joyful and full of light, whether it's through your coaching offer or through a dress. It doesn't really matter. To me, it's the same thing. One just has a longer return on investment than the other, obviously. So I remember my first craft show. I had my booth and I had labeled all my items $10, $25. The most expensive thing was $250, one of the earrings I had made. And next to me in the booth was this guy who was selling his art. He had made everything was handmade, and they were labeled $2,500, $5,000, $10,000. You know, the cheapest one, the least expensive one was $700. And I remember sitting next to him and I said to him, people are going to pay for that here, like give you the credit card and pay for that? And he said, watch and learn. And so I sat there, the first person came and he told them a story about the creations, where he got his materials from, where he got his inspiration from. And I saw their eyes light up, and there were tears, and there was crying, and so much beauty. And the product was $10,000. And the guy took out his credit card and said, here, and just swiped and paid for it. And he said, watch and learn. The second person came, it was the same thing. The third person came, it was the same thing. I sold, I think, $5,000 at that booth, but it taught me a great lesson. Every other market, I had a story. I wrote down all the materials that were in all my products, and I wrote down the story of why I created that product, because I only make one product for everything, because it's unique, it's handmade, and it's expensive. And I wrote down the story of it, where I got the materials from, what inspired me. And I remember people would hold my hand when I was telling them the story, and there would be tears. And then they would take out their credit card and pay $1,000 or $1,500 or $2,000 for the thing. What was funny and what I've applied to my high ticket coaching business too, and this has to do with messaging and positioning, okay? While that's going on, there's always somebody who's walking by who picks something up and go, who pays $5,000 for something you made with your hands? Psh, that's stupid. They're not my people. Just like with my coaching offer, if you cannot see the value that it gives you for $250,000, and if you cannot see that it is way less than the value you get, it's not for you. Know who your people are. Know who you're talking to. Position yourself in a way that allows people to say, I'm not even going to that table because I know I can't afford anything there. So people will walk by my table and say to me, hi, this is pretty, but I'm not even going to stop because I know I can't pay for any of this stuff here. Positioning. So they knew at that point that it was high ticket and they couldn't afford it, and that was totally okay, because your high ticket coaching offer is for the person who can afford it. It's for the person who wants it. What I mean afford it, for the person who's resourceful enough to create the money to invest in themselves with your offer. That is important. And I learned that from a simple craft show, okay? Position yourself, create messaging that speaks directly to the person you want to speak to, no one else. It doesn't matter whether there are 1,000 people at the craft show, 1,000 people at the boutique, 1,000 people in your Facebook group. Speak to the one person who you know is going to have tears in their eyes when they buy from you. The second thing about the craft shows is, I remember the first person that came to talk to me and ask me about my products, and she taught me how to tell the story about my work. And she taught me how to share the power of storytelling. And she would ask me questions and say, so where did this come from? So how did you feel when you landed in Cape Town and you were in the car on the way to Hermanus to get these shells? Like, what was that like when you saw the shell? What did it feel like? How was it when you first touched it? Like, all those things that they all wanted to know, because it was for them. They were my ideal, aligned, soul clients, and they needed to know. Nobody else gave a damn about the shell. They thought I was stupid for flying to Cape Town to get the stupid materials to make the darn thing. They couldn't give a damn. But the people who wanted it were really here for it, okay? So know that part about positioning, marketing, and things like that. Now let's talk about outbound. My first day in my fashion business, I was on the beach in Cape Town. It was in the early 2000s, before there were even cell phones or selfies or any of those things. There was no social media. Well, there probably was, but I wasn't on it. And I was on the beach and I was making jewelry. I had gone to the store, I was bored, and I said, you know what, I think I've been doing this fashion thing for fun and making jewelry. It's time for me to start a business. Let me go to the store. So I went to the store, I went to Long Street and got all these materials, all these beads, and I came and I was making jewelry. And the jewelry was a bracelet with the name of my shop on there, Boutique Mix at the time. And I was on the beach and I'd made about 100 of them. I was watching all the hot guys play volleyball in the sun, the sun and all that. And this one guy came and sat next to me. He's like, hey, what are you doing? And I said, oh, I'm making 1,000 bracelets so that when I get back to DC, I'm going to sell them for $1 each. So anybody who shops from me is going to have them. And he said, oh, you're going to give it away for free? I said, no, I'm making this it's time consuming. If you buy from me, I'm going to put it in the shop, so as you go to the register, it's going to be there. You're going to see it and think, oh, I need that. Just like they do in the grocery stores, just like they do in all the stores. When you get to the counter, there's always something that you can think about getting. So it's an add-on product. And he said, and how much is it going to be? And I said, oh, it's $1 each. And he said, wow, so if you have 500 people buy from you, you make $500 just from this add-on product. I said, yes, that's what it's for. And he said, I'm a salon owner. I'm a hairdresser. I have a salon. Can you make me 1,000? And I turned and I looked at him and I said, you know, that's $1,000, right? He said, yeah, sure. He gave me $1,000. He went to the bank. He gave me $1,000 and I made him 1,000 bracelets with the name of his shop on there. And then when I flew to DC, I said, oh, this is another business in my business. I went to all the local hair salons and beauty shops down the street and I told them about this and they all ordered. I'll take 1,000, I'll take 500, I'll take 250. So I did all of that. But it wasn't that I did that. I was creating connection and relationships. And every year for the past 15 years or 20 years, I've connected with each of those people. And that's going to be important in a minute to see where they are, what they're doing in their business. And when I became a coach, I went back to all of those people and I said, look, now I'm a life coach. So let me know if you have clients that want life coaching. That was the first year. And after my spiritual life coaching business niche, once I became a business coach, I went back to them and I said, look, I am helping all these attorneys create packages so they can switch from billing $500 an hour to actually having a package for the year that their divorced clients or other clients can have. So what if you guys hairdressers create a package for the year? Forget the bracelets for a minute. You know, those are good. You're selling them for $10 each. That's wonderful. But what if you had a $5,000 package or a $10,000 package for your business, so that when people here in DC come, it feels really exclusive to them. And you know, these people spend a lot of money looking good because they're working, you know, at the White House and stuff. So they want to look good. How about you make exclusive packages for them that supports them, just for them? And if they refer someone, that person gets a package too, but at a different rate. And so that's how I created some of my first packages, high-ticket coaching packages, was supporting the same people I supported with fashion stuff to create packages in their business. It started with salon owners, hairdressers, lash extension technicians. Then I went to the personal trainers and supported them to create packages instead of the yoga packets. Instead of the yoga thing for $200 an hour, $50 an hour in downtown DC, create an exclusive package for the residents in this condo building so they feel exclusive, and then they invest in that and they refer people to you. Forget the bracelets, because I have made bracelets for everyone. And so now we're transferring that connection and relationship to high-ticket coaching offers for these same people that were doing bracelets before. And I learned something that was important. I learned that no sale was a transaction. Everything is a relationship that builds on itself, that gives you clients, that gives you sales, that gives you money, that gives you referrals, that gives you profit, that gives you satisfaction, that gives you fulfillment, that fills your passion bones. It's all of that, and it's based on connection and relationships, and not looking as a sale, as a transaction. So that's a mix of marketing and sales. Because for me, it's easy to walk into a store somewhere in DC or anywhere else and say, oh, look, this is what I do. These are the gifts God has given me. This is how I'm going to package it and give it to you so you can use the gifts God has given you to do the thing. Because I don't care about production and swipe files and formulas and blueprints and things like that. I only work with people who want to take their God-given gifts, whether you're a hairdresser, a coach, a lash technician, and offer that to somebody else. If you're down for that, I'm going to midwife those gifts out of you, package them, and teach you how to sell those. That's what I'm here for. And that's why I love what I do as a high-ticket coach, because it's not a catcall. It's not mass production. It's unique, it's exclusive, and it's really high value and high touch. Now let's go to, we've talked connection and relationships, we've talked messaging and positioning, and the craft shows. The two keys that I have learned, not just in the fashion business, but way before, about creating a successful high-ticket business, whether it's coaching or beauty salons or whatever it is, whatever service-based industry you're in. But for me, it's coaching. So let's talk coaches. The first thing is mastery. Whether you're a painter, a hairdresser, a beautician, a fashion designer, a salesperson, a business coach, whatever coach you are, you need mastery in the skill that you are coaching in. So you don't need to know what your industry is doing. You don't need to know, if your client is an attorney, you don't need to know how to practice law to coach them. But you need to know and master the coaching skills and tools that you need to coach them to get well, or to build the business they want, or to have the relationship they want, or to love themselves, or to grow spiritually, whatever it is. Master that, because once you master that, you have the confidence in yourself to sell the thing. But more importantly, mastery gives you conviction. When you have conviction in anything, you can do anything. You can sell it anywhere with or without a script. So people always say, I need a sales script. I said, no, you don't need a sales script today. You need conviction and mastery today. And then your soul will write the sales script for you. I call it a soul script, not a sales script. Your soul will write the sales script for you, because soul does not need your guru's sales script, because the gifts that are coming out of you and not coming out of your guru, so that your guru's script will not sell as successfully for you what you can sell for yourself. And yes, even if it sells 50% or 70% conversion rate for you, it's not going to be 100%. You're still going to leave money on the table because it's not your soul script. So stop using other people's scripts. Soul doesn't need one, okay? When you are in your sales conversation, connecting to the heartbeat of your person is so key. The reason why it's easier for some people than others is because they're able to sell without ego. What does that mean? When I was in the fashion industry, when I'm talking to someone, when I'm selling someone a $5,000 outfit, a $5,000 painting, whatever it is I'm doing, I am not thinking from some script, okay, what do I ask next? What do I do next? I am connecting to their heart. I can see why they want it. I can see how it's going to change their life. I use that same skill in my high-ticket sales conversations without a script, because when I have a script, I'm thinking, is that thing they're saying going to allow for the question that comes next on this script? Then I get confused and I'm caught up in the script and I'm no longer present to the conversation. And then my subconscious takes over. And because my subconscious has problems and issues, everything that comes out is now a broken story. But when I focus on them and connect to their heartbeat, forgetting the script or the questions I thought I was going to ask. I never asked the questions I thought I was going to ask because everybody's so different. And I listen to them and I see their heart inside of them. And I see through the eyes of love and not how much money am I going to make from this transaction. Then I'm able to ask the next question, because soul, God, provides the next question. It's just like a dance. That's what it means by dancing in the moment. So no, you don't need a formula. You don't need a script. You don't need anything. Dance in the moments like you would if you were in the product business, where you look at the person, you connect with them, you hear them, and you know where this is going because you're both dancing with each other. And it's fluid, and it's beautiful, it's romantic, it's wonderful, and it's easy and simple. Okay? So I know that I'm not a typical business coach where I'm going to say, oh, yes, you just need a strategy, you just need this. No, it's a heartbeat connection, it's a relationship connection, it's a soulmate connection, it's an aligned connection, and it's energetic. And if that relationship and connection is not there, I don't care how perfect your script is, it's not going to fly. So I'm hoping that everything I've told you about what I've learned, my experience in the fashion industry, can somehow apply to your coaching business. The one thing that I left behind, this one has to do with packaging your offers. How did I even learn how to package the offers? In 2004, I think it was my first time doing New York Fashion Week. I was a model in New York Fashion Week, and I met some of the designers backstage and the stylists. I remember one of them said to me, what do you do? And I said, oh, I'm a new attorney, blah, 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 but I really want to be a fashion designer and stylist. And he said, look, start your own stylist business. Go to every person, every woman in the law firm, and say to them, I can support you to create a wardrobe. I can support you to look stylish and amazing, which is going to help you be confident every day. So I did that. I went to 15 people in the law firm when I came back from Fashion Week. And because they knew at the time I was a model and I was in Fashion Week, and to them it was so exciting, like, oh my gosh. It was like, yes, oh my God, yes. So I would take them to Georgetown in downtown DC, in DC suburbs, and I would go shopping with them and curate for them a wardrobe. Come home, edit their wardrobe, and list all the things they could get and all the things. And I had a newsletter where I would send emails out saying the 3 top things for spring 2004, 5 top things for winter 2005, black dresses for New Year's Eve parties. I did all of that, and I was able to get clients, and I did that for 10 years. Basically, style coaching. I didn't know it was style coaching then, but I had packages. It was $5,000 for the year, and I would edit your wardrobe for you. And people would come to work and say, oh, I like that. Oh, check with Mimi. She put it all together. I don't know how to do this. And then I would get a new client. And I did style coaching until my daughter was born 10 years ago. So again, packaging, offers, whatever, it's all just using the gifts that God has put inside of you. I didn't need to go to a coach. I did not need to go get a formula or script to sell all of this. I was making thousands of dollars just doing this as an attorney without any coaching. So imagine what happens when you have a business coach that can support you at that level to create a supernatural high-ticket coaching offer. When I say supernatural, I mean it's your gifts, it's your soul, it's your formula, it's your playbook, it's your blueprint. It's God in you coming through. It's not some guru on Instagram giving you their fit or their playbook. So the bottom line of all of this is me just celebrating 20 years in the industry and sharing that with you from my heart, and also letting you know that when you're birthing your high-ticket coaching offers and selling them, it's not about what is out there. It's not about who's available now for it. It's about who God has already put here that wants it from you. It's about the people that are going to cry and tear up because the thing you said makes them cry, because it's so powerful, it hits the spot. They know exactly what it means to have that, and they want it, and they don't want to walk away from it. And you don't need to beg anyone or steal somebody else's formula or their copywriting from their page, website to sell your stuff. Okay, subscribe to this channel if you like this video. Come back for more. Hit like, comment, and share in the comments below how you use other parts of your life to package your offers, to sell your offers, to harvest and midwife the gifts God has given you, and what the new year is going to look for you in your business when you put the gifts that God has given you first, and not what the industry says or what the recession's all about. It's been good having you.